How many chapters we got? 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is supposed to take how long? 4 hours, it says. We finished this one in about 30-20 minutes, so I think we should be done with this in about 90 minutes. Let's look at the transcript because I don't want to. How long is the video?
Welcome back, aspiring Pythonista. By now, you've played around with different data types, and I hope you've had as much fun as I have. On the numbers side, there's the float to represent a real number, and the int to represent an integer. Next, we also have str, short for string, to represent text in Python, and bool, which can be either true or false. You can save these values as a variable, like these examples show. Each variable then represents a single value. As a data scientist, you'll often want to work with many data points. For example, if you want to measure the height of everybody in your family and store this information in Python, it would be inconvenient to create a new Python variable for each point you collected, right? What you can do instead is store all this information in a Python list. You can build such a list with square brackets. Suppose you asked your 2 sisters and parents for their height in meters. You can build the list like this. Of course.
Hold on.
Also, this data structure can be referenced with a variable. Simply put the variable name and the equal sign in front, like here. A list is a way to give a single name to a collection of values. These values, or elements, can have any type. They can be floats, integers, booleans, strings, but also more advanced Python types, even lists. It's perfectly possible for a list to contain different types as well. Suppose, for example, that you want to add the names of your sisters and parents to the list so that you know which heights belong to whom. You can throw in some strings without issues. But that's not all. I just told you that lists can also contain lists themselves. Instead of putting the strings in between the numbers, you can create little sublists for each member of the family. One for Liz, one for Emma, and so on. Now you can tell Python that these sublists are the elements of another list that I named fam2. The little lists are wrapped in square brackets and separated with commas. If you now print out fam2, you see that we have a list of lists. The main list contains 4 sublists. We're dealing with a new Python type here, next to the strings, booleans, integers, and floats you already know about, the list. These calls show that both fam and fam2 are lists. Remember that I told you that each type has a specific functionality and behavior associated? Well, for lists, this is also true. Python lists host a bunch of tools to subset and adapt them. But let's take this step by step and have you experiment with list creation first. Go get it.
Okay. So we're making a list.
Girlfriend, man.
Your girlfriend.
Her girlfriend.
Her girlfriend. Sheesh.
Kenzie, get in the car. Get in the car. Why? Get in the car. Come on. All that mess that you put under the seat. What? I'll give you some money, I guess.
You guess.
Okay. And I talked to Kim. Did you see that? I talked to Kenya, whatever her name is.
What's wrong? What put you missing?
I didn't bring it. Girl, put your seatbelt on so we can go. What's that? That. Oh. I thought we got Haley's gift.
Oh, these aren't strings.
Who was with your mother? Oh, Shay. She spent the night. Did you eat? Did you eat? Give it her. Give it her. Did you eat? No. Did you eat food? Your mother didn't feed you? All right. No. We'll talk about it later and I'll tell you why. Hello?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
They just best friends.
We started off as best friends until you turned into my friend. We used to tell each other everything. And you know nothing about around me. Matching earrings, everything was so cool. Then I miss her, oh, you.
That's a daggone shame. They friends forever.
Take my sister away from me. Nothing. What was
Yeah,
that, Color Purple?
I don't know. I've never seen that movie.
Wow.
Nope.
Wow.
Never.
Wow. Why not?
I don't know. Do I have to? I mean,
Yeah.
why? Why do I have to see
Where
it?
where T Cakes at? She need to hear this. It is a movie that you need to read. Well,
I
watch.
read the book
And
and I definitely don't want to read it. Don't want to see it, I mean.
it was pretty good. It was Danny Glover, Whoopi Goldberg.
It was pretty good. Like, is it one of the greatest movies of all time?
Probably. And find out at the end that they was
So you just finna spoil the movie?
oh, you said you read the book.
Still.
Ain't like you gonna watch it if you haven't watched it now.
I
Have you
mean,
watched The Wiz?
yeah, I watched The Wiz several times. I love that movie. What? What happened?
Mm. Oh, cause Michael in there. Mm.
Well, it wasn't because of just Michael. It was just because it was a very iconic black film.
So was The Color Purple.
I guess.
Hide your kids. Michael out.
Oh, it didn't want me to. See, this is what happens when you don't follow directions. I thought it wanted me to create a list over.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm. This is what happens when you're talking and coding at the same time. You don't follow directions. No, I haven't seen Color Purple, guys.
I'm starting to question a lot about you.
I mean, I just saw Friday for the first time like 2 or 3 years ago.
And did you like that?
I loved it. I thought it was like a really, really amazing movie.
Did you hear about the Faison Love?
What happened to him? Did he die?
Well, no, he was talking about that movie actually in an interview.
What'd he
He
say?
said that for his big worm part, he was only paid to 2,500.
How much was everybody else paid?
I think, of course, Chris Tucker was paid the most.
You think
But
so?
what Ice,
Oh yeah.
yeah, but what Ice Cube said was basically um was the reason why he was paid that low. It was like one, his scene wasn't that big, like he was barely in scenes, and two, he was an up and coming actor. Like at that time, all of them was. So it's like you getting paid, and he was like he had to spend like 3 or 4 million dollars on it.
So like he took the money. So why is he complaining? Because he didn't think it was
Right,
gonna be like that great of a film. You know, I feel like if you
possibly.
felt like you were getting lowballed, then you don't accept the money. But clearly he
And at
needed
that
it.
time, yeah. And at that time, that's why, and he was in the same breath was saying that's why Chris Tucker didn't re- reprise his role, and Ice Cube was like, no, he didn't reprise it because of he wanted him to curse, but Chris Tucker wasn't cursing anymore.
Is that when he was dating India Arie?
Was he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
After you've created your very own Python list, you'll need to know how
I
to
did not
access
know.
information in the
So is the
list.
truth about the
Python
song the
uses
truth? Is
something
it
called an
about Chris Tucker?
What they say about him?
No, she got the song the truth. Cause he is the truth, and he is so real,
I don't know about all that.
and I
You
love the way.
you gotta ask her that question.
Like, is that about Chris Tucker? You know this, man.
It could be. Let's see. This is about indexing.
Yeah, but I think a lot of them didn't realize how big that movie would be.
Of course not. Back then, the 90s.
Yeah,
Plus, when that was his first film, wasn't it?
yeah, it was a lot of like firsts in there. I think Debo too.
Mm.
I'm gonna Google how much they got paid.
Each person.
Yeah, that should be in there. And see, I got a little feeling hurt when I was like, actually, it's not in there. But I mean, I'll be nice to tell you.
I did miss a step. Watch the bear, but I fixed it. What was in where? You talking about the soap lady, or are you talking about yo?
What you talking about?
I don't know. You was talking about something was in somewhere.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
I gotta say Happy New Year to Tea Cakes.
Um, oh man, what's my boy? Nick,
Yeah.
super molecular or whatever.
Yeah. I had talked to him yesterday. The areas 1 plus. What is this? The bedroom. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I thought it was supposed to snow.
Oh,
It's just so upsetting.
you want this snow bad, don't you?
Of course.
Why? I mean, I guess it's winter time, so it's okay. Well, I did 7. Does it matter?
It's climate change. Temperature going up and down.
0, 1, 2, 3. Oh, that is the kitchen. It was snowing
Temperature going up, down. Now you bringing all this money. Let me see what's up.
Did you know
Now,
that T-Pain was like depressed and stuff?
that's what he say. Like, come on, bro. Just like now you waiting to say it. Like, come on, I get depressed, but like 20 years later, now you want to talk? What?
That's mean. Watch the Bear subset is when you have a list inside of a list. So this,
It's not.
it is a list.
I was talking to her. What you say?
Oh, yeah, it's when you have a list inside of a list. This is pretty much just one list called area. And then we're trying to find like the sum of the kitchen and the bedroom by locating them on the list. But I don't know why they wouldn't let me do 7. Because this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, it's also -3, but I guess.
M's in my bank
Why can't he
account.
say something now? And it hasn't been 20 years.
Well, yeah, it's like that window closed. Like, clearly you trying to say something now to trying to get back in the spotlight. I mean, it's sad, but, you know.
That's messed up.
I mean, that's a long time, bro, for you to be like, oh, yeah, I was depressed. But check out my new music. Like, come on.
Boy.
Come on.
Well, he had to
Come
get
on.
out of his depression first.
How long does that take?
As long as it takes, you just can't put a time limit on that.
Yeah, all right. It don't take that long. Here, you leaving Haley Giffen here?
Okay,
Come on.
last 4. I think I'm doing a slicing backwards, but we'll see.
Kenzie, come on.
We will see. Oh, I guess this is supposed to be downstairs. It's supposed to be
Come on.
upstairs.
What?
So I'm gonna print
You should be wearing a
downstairs.
mask. I don't know who said that.
Why
When do you get your other shot?
she ain't got a mask on? Are we making a house? Well, we're not
Be
making a house,
careful,
but
it's
this
liquid.
is the area of rooms in a house. And within
Didn't you get it Tuesday?
the areas where like splitting up where the bathroom is, splitting up the downstairs and the upstairs. So it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like from the living room, kitchen, and the hallway is downstairs. And it looks like the bedroom and the bathroom is upstairs. So it sounds like it's like a 2-story apartment or something like that. And let me see, did I slice it right? No, I didn't. Why do I have to slice it like that? Why can't I slice it like this? Let me see if I can slice it like this.
Trying to see what's up now.
Okay, it's making me do start to finish. So this is 0.
Oh,
Yeah, like a
I moved
townhouse.
it there.
This is 0, 1, 2, 3,
Put your
4,
book back in.
5, 6. So it's going to do everything from here and back because it doesn't include the last number.
Hey, I'm going to join back in a second. I got to go real quick.
All right. But as far as upstairs, can I slice it like that? I can't slice it like that. Oh, it's making me go from 6 to 10 to do the last 4. But I feel like this is being so specific. Okay, so what happened was it split the downstairs from the upstairs. So then the downstairs has the hallway, the kitchen, and the living room. The upstairs has the bedroom and the bathroom. So when I print out downstairs, this is downstairs. You print out upstairs, this is upstairs. Yeah, slicing is pretty much just cutting the list wherever you want to cut it to just only print out that part of the list. So literally, like, it's literally just slicing it. And it's a way without, basically, this prevents you from having to type out this part of the list again. Instead of saying, you know, print out hallway, that, you can just call it from wherever number it resides in the list. And lists always start with the number 0. So it doesn't start with a number 1, it starts with a 0. So you go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 10 things in the list here, but it goes from 0 to 9. We could have watched the video, but I kind of... Oh, now we can do the alternative way. I can do it from the back. Okay. This is what I was trying to do. I was trying to do it this way, where you just have the colon and then the number. Because that's usually how I slice, instead of doing 0 to whatever. But I guess it didn't want me to do that at that time, so whatever. Okay, so we're going to do the downstairs the way I wanted to do the downstairs in the first place. So this is the list areas, and what are we doing? The first 6 elements? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's on the side. I think I'm probably slicing it backwards, but we're gonna see if it's what I want it to be. Yeah, because basically you can do it like that. I think I'm doing this backwards. I might not be. I might have to make that negative. We'll see. Yeah, that's not how we do that. Can I do it that way? That's not how we do that. Can I do it that way? I'm not good at slicing, clearly. That's invalid. What do you mean? Oh, I didn't put the list on here. Duh. Okay. I think I'm slicing this backwards. Use areas. I did do that. What do you mean? Your definition of what? Oh, okay. I did do this backwards. So this is is this 4 then? Is that what it is? Why would it be 6 on? That doesn't make any daggone sense. Okay, so create downstairs as the first 6 elements of areas. Which is it you go? No, this would be in front. Okay, so let's see. Let me see so I can make this sense. So originally, it's going from 0 to 6. So we can take the 0 out and just have that by itself. And then this one was going from 6 to 10. So this means, can I go that way? No, because -4, I'm not good at slicing, y'all. There we go. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so you don't have to put the 0 because wherever this colon is, it's gonna start from the beginning to whatever number that is anyway. So that's how you go that way. And then from here, you're going backwards from 1, 2, 3, 4, which includes all of these. And then you put the colon there, so that way you're including all of them. Otherwise, if you took away the colon, you're only going 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're just indexing the bedroom. But if you want to do the bedroom on back, then that's what you put the colon for. We got it. We got it together. You saw before the Python list can contain practical anything. Alright. Yeah, okay. What will house 1 return? I don't know. Can we put it in the shell? Put the negative in there. $9.5. That's the bathroom area. The list of lists. Okay, so this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you go back, -1 is the bathroom, and this is 0, and this is 1, so that's what the 1 is. Woo, child. Bing bong. Hey, you could have did the bing bong sound. Bing bong. Manipulating list. Let's have him talk about it.
Wow, you're doing super well. So now,
It's sold
after
out in the
creation
chat for
and
today.
subsetting, the final
Oh,
piece of the Python
that's
lists
good to
puzzle
know.
is manipulation. These are ways to
Let's
change
pause this.
elements in your list, or to add elements.
That's good to know. Because that means I have to adjust it so that multiple people can use it. Or maybe I have it set to that you can only use it one time per person. I'm gonna have to test that out later. I didn't know that Bing Bong was sold out.
Too, and remove elements from your list. Changing list elements is pretty straightforward. You use the same square brackets that we've used to subset lists, and then assign new elements to it using the equals sign. Suppose that after another look at fam, you realize that your dad's height is not up to date anymore, as he's shrinking with age.
Oh my.
Instead of 1.89 meters, it should be 1.86 meters. To change this list element, which is at index 7, you can use this line of code. If you now check out fam, you'll see that the value is updated. You can even change an entire list slice at once. To change the elements Liz and 1.73, you access the first two elements with 0:2, and then assign a new list to it. Do you still remember how the plus operator was different for strings and integers?
Yes.
Well, it's also different for lists.
Oh.
If you use the plus sign with two lists, Python simply pastes together their contents in a single list.
Really?
Suppose you want to add your own name and height to the fam height list. This will do the trick. Of course, you can also store this new list in a variable fam_ext, for example. Finally, deleting elements from a list is also pretty straightforward. You'll have to use del here. Take this line, for example, that deletes the element with index 2, that is, Emma, from the list. If you check out fam now, you'll see that the Emma string is gone. Because you've removed an index, all elements that came after Emma moved over by one index.
Okay.
If you run the same line again, you're removing the element at index 2, which is Emma's height, 1.68 meters now. Understanding how Python lists actually work behind the scenes becomes pretty important now. What actually happens when you create a new list, X, like this? Well, in a simplified sense, you're storing a list in your computer memory and store the address of that list, so where the list is in your computer memory, in X. Now this means that X does not actually contain all the list elements. It rather contains a reference to the list. For basic operations, the difference is not that important, but it becomes more so when you start copying lists. Let me clarify this with an example. Let's store the list X as a new variable Y by simply using the equals sign. Let's now change the element with index 1 in the list Y like this. The funky thing is that if you now check out X again, the second element was also changed here. That's because when you copied X to Y with the equals sign, you copied the reference to the list, not the actual values themselves. When you're updating an element in the list, it's one and the same list in the computer memory you're changing. Both X and Y point to this list, so the update is visible from both variables. If you want to create a list Y that points to a new list in the memory with the same values, you'll need to use something other than the equals sign. You can use the list function like this, or use slicing to select all list elements explicitly. If you now make a change to the list Y points to, X is not affected. If that was a bit too much to take in, don't worry. The exercises will help you understand list manipulation and the subtle inner workings of lists. I'm sure you'll do great.
All right, y'all. Let's get into this list. Let's see, how much more of this we got to go? Oh, we got a couple more of these. And then we got some functions and packages. And then we got a little bit of NumPy. Okay, we're doing good. We're good on time. We're only at an hour. It says this course takes 4 hours to do, but we are halfway done. All right. Correct the bathroom area to what? 10 point. Okay, so we're gonna take the list name areas. This is the what? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, it don't matter. We'll just do that one. And we're gonna change it to 10.5. And then we're gonna change living room 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 to chill zone. All right. Whew. Use the plus operator to paste the list pool house to the end of the areas list. Okay, so we're gonna create areas 1. And then it says to take areas, and we're going to do pool house. Add garage data to areas 1. New list is areas 2. Shit. Let's see if we're doing this right, because I'm glad I did this over, because I don't even remember none of this. Now this is making more sense. Finally, you can also remove elements from your list with the delete statement. There was a mistake. The amount you won with the lottery is not that big after all. Oh no. And it looks like the pool house isn't going to happen. Well, I'm upset. You decide to remove the corresponding string and float from the areas list. The colon sign is used to place commands on the same line. I've never seen that. Following 2 code chunks are equivalent. Really? Which code of chunks will do the job for us? So basically it says the pool house isn't happening. So the pool house is where? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's at 10 and 11. Which means that we need to delete 10 and 11. Let's try that one. No? If you first remove 10, all elements after index 10 move up a spot. Oh. That's interesting. So if you delete 10, then it's no longer 10, it moves. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Maybe it's this one. Or is it 3? It's That one. Okay. Because it moves. That's so weird. So when you're deleting two things, you can't do them back to back. Because if you delete 10, then that becomes a different number. That's interesting. At the end of the video, the Python code in the script already creates a list with the name areas and copies names area. Copy. Okay. If you want to prevent changes, yeah, you have to make it a list or do that. Change the second command that creates a variable areas copy, such as areas copy is an explicit copy of areas. Okay. So does it still assign it though? Yeah, it does. Okay, so basically you could either do it like that or like that. To make a new list or copy. Alright. We finished the chapter! Yes!